All right, today I'm going to show you how to trace a nice bridge, kind of like this one. This one has a nice symmetrical bridge design. We're going to try and duplicate that to make it easier for those of you who are wanting a nice, precise bridge. The more precise it is, the better it's going to look. And the better it'll be for some of these other parts we're going to do, like the bridge deck. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to create one from a new document. Doesn't matter. We'll call this bridge truss. We'll say 3. I'm gonna make an easy one here. This is gonna be probably one of the easier designs. So what I'm gonna do first is I'm gonna go on the front side. I'm gonna click there. I'm gonna click on sketch, and then I am going to go up here. Actually, you know what? I gotta go over here first. All right. So I'm in our PLTW folder. I'm going to go down to our bridges folder. I'm going to click on that. And somewhere that there is, oh, the laser cut bridges. Hopefully there it is. All right. So here is the types of truss bridges file that you're going to need to download to use in your tracing of your truss. So if you click on it, it brings it into here. You can right click and save image as. And it'll allow you to save this image. Apparently I've already got it in there already, but it might as well save another one. This is in my documents folder. For you guys, all you'll have is, at this point, I think, is downloads, so yours will be in your downloads folder. So maybe I'll just put mine in downloads and call it good. I'm gonna hit save. And now I'm gonna go back to my... So I've started my sketch. So I've got sketch 1, it says sketch here. I'm going to hit the N key on my keyboard to rotate normal to view. Or you could just click on the front view and it'll take you right to this view as well. Up here it says insert DXF file or DWG, but we're looking at the drop down here. So I'm going to drop this down and I'm going to insert an image. Now there's nothing in here to insert, so I have to go down here to import. And now I just got to find it. I put it in downloads. There it is, right at the top. I'm going to click on it and click open. Now it has uploaded it. It's right here. If I click on it now, it's prompting me to draw an image rectangle. So that's just this right here. So I'm just going to draw the photo or drag and drop it in here so that now I can find one to trace. On this one, I'm probably just going to do a Warren because that's going to be the easiest. And now I'm going to show you a little trick. I'm going to actually finish this sketch so that it saves this drawing here as is. So now, if I need to going forward, I can just delete this sketch and that picture will just go away with the sketch. So I'm going to start a second sketch, and I'm on sketch 2, and we're going to stay on that front because I'm going to trace this right here. All right, so this is so before I tried doing this with lines, but it was almost impossible to get these to all line up right. Maybe I'll do Warren with verticals. I don't know. I feel like I need to have something with verticals to show you where the issues I was having are. So maybe I'll do the Warren with verticals. So we can put what's called a point. Where is that thing? There it is. It just looks like a little like degree symbol. I can take that point and I can put it just about anywhere. So what I think I'm going to do is put one smack dab in the middle of the bridge. And now I just have a point there. So here's what this is going to allow me to do. I am going to do what's called a pattern along a path, or a linear pattern. So it is right here. It is these 4 squares together. If I click on it, it's going to ask me what I want to make a pattern out of. And I'm going to say I want it to be this dot. So I clicked on it. Now it went this way to the right, which is fine. I usually like to go to the left. Right here is where it says 3 X. I'm going to double click on that. This is how many times do I want to repeat this? And I'm going to put a dot here and here, 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 and finally over here. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, a total of 7 times I need that dot. So I'm going to put a 7 in there. And now, if I move this left or right, oh, there they are. They're way out there. So you see how those are way spaced out? So what I'm going to do is use this to kind of do my best to move these into a place where they pretty well line up with, there we go, those pretty well line up with my verticals and where my intersection points are. So we've got all 7 points, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. They line up pretty well where they need to be. So I'm going to call that a win. And I'm going to click on the left mouse button because that's what the checkbox, that green checkbox means there. And now I've got points all along that path. So what that allows me to do now is I could start drawing some of my verticals. And I can know that they are right on top of those. Now this is where I can be a little more, I don't have to be perfect, but I might want to do this first and get this kind of box figured out so that I keep things relatively close, because these should be pretty darn similar. And essentially now all I'm doing is just tracing the shape of this bridge. Now I want to get rid of this, so I'm going to hit escape. I'm going to use the L key, that'll turn that back on. And here's where we might have some, well, it should be okay. There we go. See, so what I did here is just going up here isn't always going to get me a spot. So what I have to do sometimes is if I want to make sure I am straight up from this, I got to go touch this point with the end of my line. And then, as you can see, that dashed line pops up, and I can follow it all the way up and click there. And I can, once again, end there. Some of these other ones, so like this one right here, I'm going to start here. Now, I don't know exactly where to stop it up here, but look at that. It gives me a little pop-up there, so I know where I'm going to be if I want to be exactly there, or parallel, or in line with this one. And then, once I've got all of these drawn, I'm actually going to connect these one section at a time. Looks like I have a couple more diagonals to do. And the last one here. Oh, looks like I got one more vertical here. And one more diagonal here. Alright, so what I've done here is just got this left side traced. Because I'm going to save myself some time and some effort, and I am going to do what's called, I'm going to turn my drawing tool off. So I turned it off by either clicking on it or hitting escape. I'm going to select all of these parts here. And I'm going to use what's called the mirror command. This will allow me to, nope, I don't want it to mirror on that line. I want the mirror line to be there. I don't know why I did that. Alright. So maybe I don't select, I betcha I have to select all of these outside lines except for this middle one. So I'm going to select all of these. I don't need that. I should probably select those two. Alright, so I'm going to mirror. Let's select a mirror line. I want it to mirror on this line, and there it goes. So now this is a perfect bridge right now. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to finish my sketch. I'll probably be back into the sketch in just a minute. But now I'm going to right click and delete sketch 1, and it should get rid of that, and now I'm back to just having this. Alright, so I go back into here now, and this is where I got to get this to the right size. So if there are, we're going to call these sections here, so we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So there's 12 here. So I'm actually going to make this distance from, this has already been dimensioned. When I traced it before and I did my pattern, my linear pattern, I didn't worry about what these were for measurements. I just worried about where they were lining up. Well, now I'm going to worry about the measurements. Each one of these sections, I'm going to make it, whoop, not like that. I'm going to make it 1 inch. So when I put a 1 in there, it's going to automatically resize them all. So now, if this is 1 inch here, and there's 12 chunks here, so there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, that should make this whole thing 12 inches long. And so now this whole bridge is nice and symmetrical. Everything is perfectly flat. And so now on the next video I'm going to show you, it's going to be how to do your offsets and make this bridge solid.